ascend, uplift, jump, elevate, raise, glorify, pedestal, honor, elevate.
We gon' elevate and motivate, inspire to be great. Yesterday is yesterday, today is a new day. So if each one can teach one, we can all make a way. Elevate, elevate, elevate and learn. Elevate, elevate, elevate with Verne.
Y'all know how we do it. Come on in with some positive vibes, some good energy. Get your pen and papers. Get ready to get some great information that may be able to help you and your offsprings. Thank you all for being here. Mods, please remind the chat to please answer the poll question. The poll question is, how many generations is considered old money? And I have the answer, but I will get to that later on in the live. So please answer that. Also, as you come in, I'm going to ask you to please share this live out. Share it out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you can. Reddit, share it out because this can help everyone. Doesn't matter the color of your skin. However, we are specifically speaking to Black people only for this session. However, anyone it can relate to. So I don't want you to think that, oh, you're not including me, because we are. So some of the things we may be saying is specific to Black people because we are Black people. That's why. But that's why we're doing that. Again, welcome in, share it out. If you have any questions, please drop a green heart. I will have a few minutes at the session throughout of it to have you ask your questions when we get there. Again, I have some questions from IG Live when I went through this morning. Some people had said something. So we're going to get into generational wealth. What does it mean? How do you do it? How can you do it if you have not? If you have been a participant where someone passed away, grandma, father, or something like that, and left you generational wealth, what did you do with it? But stay tuned. We have two amazing guests. We have Oliver Brown, who is an accountant, and I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about what he does. And then we have Tisha Toneica. She'll be here shortly. She is of Jay's Beauty. She's a boutique owner. We're going to talk about generational wealth. Like, this is seriously important. So please get your pens and papers and share it out. So before we get started, I'm going to welcome in everybody in the chat that I see so far. We got 8 people in the building. Thank you so much for being here. We have the Bud Files. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me well. Thank you, Bud Files, for being here. Woo! We got Bree. Positive Motivations with Bree. What up, sissy? Hey, Tawana's here. Tawana, I know you know about this, sissy. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Again, please share this out before I bring up my guest. I wanted to just give you guys some information that I have took a screenshot of, and I'm going to read to you basically what is generational wealth. Let me find it here on my phone, and then we're going to get into this screenshots. Here we go. So, did I put it in the wrong phone? Crapola. I might have put it in my other phone. No, did I put it in there? Hold on a second, y'all. I think I did. Hold on. I think I put it in this one. Y'all know I got 15 phones. Hold on a moment. One moment. While you guys are waiting, take the time to share this live out. Thumbs it up if you have not. I really do appreciate you guys for being here. I really do. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see. Is this it? Is this it? I think it's here. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's here. Because I took it in my phone yesterday. Yep, here it is. So, generational wealth. What does it mean to leave a legacy? Leaving a legacy means giving something that will be valued and treasured by those who survive after your death. It requires thought to ensure that any items that have meaning to you will also have meaning to those you designate to inherit. And we're going to get into that because I spoke to somebody earlier about that, and it really was something else. So How much is considered generational wealth? That is one of the questions. We are going to answer that in a moment. And then we're going to talk about like the inheritance and all that. Okay, we're going to get into this. Let me bring up my guest because he's here. He has to leave. So we're going to bring up my brother, Oliver. Welcome in, everybody. I see Tall Man TV. Thank you for being here. Please share the live out. I see Nikki behind the mic. What up, sissy? She's in here. Thank you for being here. Bree, I'm listening. That's okay, Bree. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're going to bring up Oliver. This is Oliver Brown. I'm going to have him introduce himself while I look for one more thing, guys. I'm going to drop down for a second. I'm going to give him about 3 minutes to introduce himself, but then I'm going to come back up. So you guys, please check out his link. And also Jay's is in the description box. Okay, so go and check it out. Oliver, I'm going to have you just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're doing, and I'll be right back.
Sure, no problem. All right, thank you, Verne. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank you for taking the time out to visit us here this afternoon to hopefully get some knowledge and some information that you'll find worthwhile in terms of your building, the prospects of building generational wealth within your family and securing, that long-term legacy. My name is Oliver Brown. I'm an accountant by trade. I've been in my profession for over 25 years. Worked in corporate America for a little over 23 years. And served in that capacity working in the New York market, and also now transitioning here to South Florida for my time that I was actually still working under the corporate umbrella. I've been an independent entrepreneur as an accountant since basically the start of my education, graduating high school and moving into the workforce. And I started an independent accounting firm, just primarily focused on preparing taxes while I was still making my corporate positions my primary source of income, being able to a means for which to feed my family. And now that I've separated officially from corporate work and now focus solely on my entrepreneurial pursuits through my business, my primary, again, my accounting firm, I'm also a real estate investor. And there are a couple of other businesses that I have that are offshoot that I work here in the South Florida market. If you are interested in any particular services that an accountant will provide through my firm, that would include accounting, bookkeeping, business formation, payroll, and taxation being a core focus of my business. Taxes is not a fond sector of the accounting world or the business world that all accountants love and appreciate, but it's one that I found a certain love and joy for in terms of being able to help and connect with people, hopefully mitigating their tax liability and keeping more of their money in their pocket, because we're all hard workers, whether it's working a job or moving into the space of owning a business. And financial literacy and education and training is something that is a big part of what I do in my day-to-day, whether it's in a for-profit situation through my business or by way of nonprofit organizations that I'm aligned with. I am a youth mentor. I work in alignment with a nonprofit organization here in South Florida in the Treasure Coast, in addition to being one of the co-founders and the chairman of the board of directors for the South Florida Black Chamber of Commerce. So education all the way around in the space of finance, business, accounting is something that I pretty much do in every facet of my life and on a day-to-day basis. And I'm thankful to be in a position where I'm able to pass along that knowledge and all the experiences I've attained to the community.
Yes, y'all. Listen, please connect to him. He is my brother. He's my friend. Listen, he's on point. Okay. Y'all know I don't play no games. I always vet people. So please connect to him for services that you may need. And somebody is going to reach out to you today, Oliver. I gave them your information yesterday.
Right.
I'll tell you about it offline. She's going to reach out to you. But listen, guys, all his information is in the description box. Hey, Rita. Oh, my God. I'm so excited. Hey, Rita.
That Rita from-
I know. I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. So, again, come in with excitement. Come in with elevation. Come in with wanting to learn and getting the knowledge, because that is what we do. We're going to give you the knowledge and the information, but you have to do the work and put it into play. You can achieve these same things. So let me just read to you. What is generational wealth? Generational wealth refers to any kind of asset that families pass down to their children or grandchildren, whether in the form of cash, investment funds, stocks and bonds, properties, or even entire companies. Now, I want to just go over this. So if you guys are from the Northeast, you may have heard of a gas station called Hess, Or if you were young, you remember the little Hess trucks. So either the father or the grandfather died a few years ago. And what happened was he left it to the children. The children didn't want the gas station. So what they did was they sold it. Now that's their right. You know, I'm quite sure he didn't want them to do that. But they sold it and they went to, I think, into oil or something like that. So just think about it. If grandpa worked this hard and is leaving you all of this, I'm quite sure he doesn't want you to sell it. However, some people are left homes, money, and then with the homes, if you're coming from the projects and you're getting a $200,000, $300,000 home, you need to make sure you are doing your research so you'll know how to take care of that home so you can pass it down. Sorry, I got a piece of hair, Mama. So you can pass it down to your next generation. And also with the money, if you grew up poor and grandpa left you $300,000, and I'm going to be honest, come on now, most of the time, you will run through that money in 2 or 3 years. Why? Because you don't have the knowledge to know what to do with it. And the first thing you do is go out and get the latest, newest vehicle, all this jewelry. You might buy the biggest house, but you don't have any funds after that to keep it going. So we're going to tell you some things. And I understand everybody doesn't want to be a homeowner. That's fine. Then sell it or leave it to another family member. But don't just take it and let it turn into, and I'm going to be honest, turn into a drug house because you don't like the area that it's in and you don't want to live there. Like, we have to think smart. We are in a recession. Every little coin right now is really, really valuable. Okay. And there are some people that the recession is not going to bother. In 2009, the recession didn't bother me. I wound up buying a house in 2009. However, when we got laid off during COVID, I was laid off and I was in finance. I didn't think I was going to get laid off. So now it's like I have to start over. So every coin is important. Get your pen and paper. We're going to talk about this. And I'm going to have Oliver give us some, what could be considered generational wealth in your mindset.
Well, in terms of the prospects of building generational wealth, it includes basically an accumulation of financial assets. And that could include a lot of different things, either property, investments, liquid cash, money, or anything really of monetary value that you can pass on from one generation to the next. Mm-hmm. And big foundational piece of really understanding the responsibility that comes with the one that passes it on and also the ones that receives it. Education, because, you know, we'll speak correlate to the focus of people and Black people in general. Generational wealth is a process that has been it's still new in certain respects because it hasn't been a foundation for our community. And, you know, when you comes in the space of buying real estate assets, owning land or owning own home, or if you're in the space of commercial real estate, these are the things that you can transcend from one generation to the next. And also these type of assets can be income generating property. So while you are still here and alive, it can help supplement your growth of your business. And even in its most common phases, pay your bills at the end of the day. And then you could pass that legacy on. Hopefully you're doing your foundational pieces by way of making sure you set up an estate and having your final wishes, placed in the construct of a legal sense, and not leaving your final affairs up to probate. Simply doing a will is not sufficient. If you are acquiring, assets that you're seeking to push forward and transition through by way of building generational wealth for your lineage that follows you, you need to have an estate set up so that final wishes can be honored in the manner which it should, and that the court system won't come in and play any role in terms of determining how
exactly
get moved on.
Exactly. I want to touch base on that real fast because I talked to someone today on Instagram about that. But we're going to talk about also why is building generational wealth important, especially with people of color. But so her grandmother passed away, left her the house, but grandma did not go to school, didn't have an education. However, she was smart enough to write in her will, whatever she left, her wishes has to be sought out as she wished, or if you contested. So if you have 2 sisters and 2 brothers and grandma left it to Oliver and the sisters and brothers contested, guess what she said? You get 0. If you contest it, you get nothing. And this is in her will. That was so smart of a person that didn't graduate from school, because she was smart enough to know that oh, little Johnny over here might contest the will because I'm leaving it to Sally or whatever. So she put that in the will. If her wishes are not sought out the way that she want, if you contested it, you get nothing. And that, I have to give grandma a round of applause. So what do you think about people when they leave in a will, leaving it to the specifications of what they want? Do you think that is a good idea?
No, I think it's a great idea, because on the back end, where I mentioned, there's a level of responsibility that needs to be attached to those that are going to be the benefactors of generational wealth. You should, while you're in the process of amassing all these assets that you want to transition, make them responsible. Because if you give, and you also spoke to it a bit in your introduction, if you give anyone in the space of the world $1 million that does not have that education, that is not financially literate, it will take no time short for them to lose that money. You look at the environment in space of entertainment or the sports world. You find many times you see athletes and entertainers get into a situation where they acquire a lot of wealth, amazing, great liquidity through contracts and different obligations that they do through business in order to generate income, and they lose it. They're broke. They end up homeless. So those stories are far too many that we've heard, that gives you a clear understanding of why financial literacy and that education is so important. And it's not a foundational piece that I found, at least to this point in our educational system here in the U.S., where it's really a key focus. I have kids that are school age, and I know there are different mechanisms for which the educational system is revolving for purposes of the real true focus of where our children and our next generation needs to be, in terms of getting that center of understanding of where their focus needs to be. I'll speak for our generation in years past. Most of the things that I've learned in terms of my education in finance and accounting pretty much started at the point that I got into college. But I don't think that education should start that late in life. Or actually, I shouldn't say that. At the tail end of high school is where I got a real foundation and understanding of getting business in the framework of my mind. But we need to start educating our kids at the point that they're able to read and write. They should understand how to balance a checkbook. They should understand that the basic principles of finance.
Yeah.
So
I see Tisha's here. I'm gonna bring her up. But hey Tisha, how you doing? Welcome in. Hold on one moment for me. So let's talk about not only getting the knowledge and putting it into play. If you were left a home, again, worth $200,000-$300,000, and you wanted to be in that home, or you did not want to be in that home, when you go to sell it, or someone knocks on your door and says they want to purchase it, Oliver, do you think that person should get an attorney before they just say, oh yeah, because people will knock on your door, oh, I like that house, I want to give you $50,000, but the house is really worth $300,000, because you don't have the knowledge and the education of it. What do you think people should do in that aspect if they're not sure?
Well, attain that knowledge well before. Once you get into a position where you acquire an asset by way of a home, or you start a business, make sure you're doing your homework. Really, I can't say this enough, and I echo this same sentiment to folks that are still working a job, that are seeking to move in the space of entrepreneurship. This is the perfect time for you to get the foundation, get the knowledge, and understand the mechanics of how you're going to go about doing that, going through that process, is while you're still earning a steady paycheck. Don't wait until the point where potentially get separated from your job, or you get caught in a situation where you now are forced to transition. Do your homework and have that education.
That's right. That's right. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you all for being here. Please, again, share this live out. Get your pen and paper. You're going to get some great information. We have my guest, Oliver Brown, who's at the top. All of their links are in the description box. And now we have my girl, Tisha, coming on from Jay's Beauty Boutique. What's up, sis? I want you to come in and introduce yourself. And while you do that, I want you to also think about this question. What do you think about people that says, I don't want to leave generational wealth? Now, the reason I say that, and I'm going to have you and Oliver think about this, because at one time, I was like that. And I'll tell you why I thought that way and why I currently have changed my mind. So I'm going to drop me and Oliver down. I'm going to give you like 2 minutes, Tisha, talk about who you are, and then I'm going to bring us back up. Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Tisha. I am the owner of Jay's Beauty Boutique. We have a brick and mortar here in Mississippi, and we also have an e-commerce store online where you can shop anytime. We sell women's fashion, handbags, and accessories. And it's ran by me and my mom. And I'm happy to be here to drop some knowledge. I just, we are in the 7th year of this year. I done went through a few things as far as finances on business and in personal. That would be some great things that y'all probably would want to hear and to help y'all along y'all way. So thank you for having me.
Okay. Thank you guys. So we are back. So at one time I was like, you know what? I'm not leaving my kids nothing. I'm leaving everything to the cats because my kids didn't want the house. They didn't want to help. They don't come over to help mow the lawn, to help shovel the snow. So I was at one point where, just say I had $200,000 to leave to them. Just say this. I was thinking, why should I leave this for them when I can take this $3,000 and go on a vacation and splurge and live for me? Because I'm alive. While I'm alive, I'm going to use my money. What's left over is for y'all. I have recently, within the last year since I was laid off, changed my mind. And not only for my children, really, I don't really care if I leave them anything. It's for my grandchildren. I'm going to be honest. It's more of me leaving something for my grandbabies so they can have, because my children are adults. They should already know how to do certain things. I taught them about finance. I taught them about all that. But my grandbabies, they are not teaching finance in school. They are not teaching us to leave a business or money or stocks and bonds or whatever we are leaving, maybe getting a property and saying, okay, this has 20,000 acres or whatever they are. And you're like, well, I'm going to buy this and you can build on it. You can do what you want. We are not taught that. So I'm going to go to Jay first and then I'm going to go to Oliver because I know he has to leave at 1, but I'm going to go to Jay. What do you think about people that are saying, no, I don't want to leave generational wealth? Do you think it's wrong or right? Which I don't think it's a wrong or right answer, but I want to know what your concept is.
My concept is, I think that it's too many Black people that thought that before. Get that. So a lot of us are already living up under that curse. So a lot of people, well, I take that back. I'm on live. A lot of us had to, our parents or our ancestors had to actually struggle to actually stay alive, so they didn't have anything to leave us. So we, as we come along and grow up and have to survive in the world, we have to get it the hard way. But I think that the curse should stop with somebody. I wish that it would have stopped before it got to me. I mean, before I came into the world, but I think everybody wake up every day and decide for themselves, like, what do they want, not only for their kids, but also the life that they want for their grandkids. If you want your kids and your grandkids to, like me, when I started a business, how I struggled financially to balance both personal and business. Do I want, if my daughter one day go out and want to buy a house, or my daughter want to start a business, or one of my grandsons or whatever, they want to go out and do whatever they want to do I want them to go through the same financial struggle? Because all my struggle was basically finance, because I didn't know how to get capital, and you need capital to run a business. So I had enough money to take care of my family, but I didn't have enough money without hurting my family to build the business that I seen in my dreams. Okay. So it took me a long time and a couple of years to figure out how to get to those levels without saying, well, I'm just gonna flip every dime I get into 25 cents so that I can build my business. That takes too long for what I was trying to go for. So okay, all right. Let me go to Oliver. What do you think about my decision to change? Because I'm serious. At that time, I was like, look, I'm working this hard to build. And you guys have to remember, I was a widow. So it was like I was doing double work already. And then I told them I wanted them to take the house and they didn't want it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to bust my butt this, leave y'all $200,000-$300,000 and y'all don't even want the house. Because all y'all going to do is let somebody come take it, or you're going to let it go to heck. So what do you think of me changing my mind and more focus on my grandchildren instead of my children? I'm going to go to Oliver.
Right, and that's a similar mindset concept I operate off as well, because once at the point that you do your job as a parent and you leave by way of the extension of your work that you put out and the things that they visually see and the things that you put onto the universe and the things that you educate them on, and that education needs to start within your household. Don't wait for the school system or anybody else to educate your kids on basic foundational principles, because in many cases you're going to find that they're going to come up short. But if you're doing your job by way of educating them in the manner in which you should and raising them right and giving them the tools to succeed, at the end of the day, they're going to make conscious decisions once they get of age and they become, teenagers growing into young adults and in the space of life. You can't make them do what you want them to do, but if you do your part by way of impacting them in a positive manner and giving them the information, prayerfully the things that you fed into them, and generally you'll find you'll have a high success rate, because the ability for any adult to have a connection with a child, someone that their mind is developing and their overall dynamic of them growing up as an individual is evolving. The things that you put into them, the things that you feed into them at a young age are going to show themselves in a positive way going forward. So if you've done your job and educated them and taught them fine, you shouldn't have any apprehensions or cautions about leaving a legacy, leaving a business, leaving money for them, and thinking that they're going to squander it, because you have no control over that ultimately. And something I think a point that Tisha mentioned earlier, and I meant to write it down, but it's clearly it slips my mind. We have got in the space of the generational curse, and at some point it's going to take someone to say, all right, it's time for us to make a change in the cycle of the lineage of my family. We take on that responsibility as you have it right now. And most of us, in the case of this generation, are either first or second generation in terms of going to college and getting higher level degrees and acquiring knowledge at a high level. The responsibility falls on you, and don't shun it at the end of the day, because you're not going to meet your full potential, which in turn, that's going to have a reverberating effect on your kids and the ones that follow them. So I do agree with you in terms of my legacy building is primarily focused on my grandkids and my great grandkids, because I've done my job and I get that feedback from my kids that I'm doing a good job in service to them and educating them right and showing them the right path in life. So that's really
right. So I'm just going to go to the comment section for one moment, but while we're doing that, I want you and Tisha to think of this: how to start building wealth. Give them some tips. So I have the stock market, real estate, building a business to pass it down, taking advantage of life insurance. I really, really want to touch on that one, and teaching children and grandchildren about personal finance. Again, they are not teaching this in school. So before we get there, I want you guys to think of some things. You can write it down, and I'm going to come back to you. So Jessica Hicks says, if you don't want to leave generational wealth, what's the point of having children? Well, the point of having children is sometimes they are mistakes. I'm going to be honest. Look, I'm no sugarcoating. Sometimes you have children and they're a mistake and you don't want to leave them nothing. Sometimes we know a lot of grandparents raise children. Come on, let's keep it real. You have these children and you leave them to the grandparents. Or, if sometimes when you have children, it's not necessarily to leave them anything. I don't think that that's their right, that you as a parent have to leave them anything. I believe a child who has his own is blessed by God. And I really do believe that you shouldn't be wanting mama, when you're 35 years old, I'm waiting for mom and daddy to die so I can get that house. No, you should be building on your own. I really believe that. So let me finish reading some of these. Welcome in, Slim. How are you doing? Jessica said, today, people do not need to have children. There's enough poverty in the world. No need to have children if you don't plan to leave wealth to them. So I'm not necessarily agreeing with you, Jessica. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm not necessarily, because I worked hard. And if I have money, I should be able to spend it while I'm alive. Not saying, oh, well, when I die in 20 years, I'm going to leave them $500,000. Okay. And in the meantime, while you're living, what are you doing? Just working to give money to them? I think while you are alive, you should be living your life too. Right. Hey, Watson, how you doing? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Slim said, we've been put in the mindset of growing up to take care of our elders. The elders are supposed to be building for those to come. I don't know. The grandchildren are your future. Simply put, yes. I want to make sure I'm not missing any questions. So Rita said, train up a child and lead by example. I agree. Welcome in, Gamer Bro. How are you? What are benefits of using trust? Great question, Ray. I am going to have Oliver answer that, but just give us a minute. Let us first go to, so what are some things you guys think you can use to start building wealth and leaving it for your children? I'm going to start with you, Oliver, then we'll come back to that question.
Sure, not a problem. And you know, a few of the items you mentioned are really some of the key ones that you'll generally focus on. Primarily, building a business is the first one for me, and that legacy that you're able to pass along, that you know you cannot do by way of working a job. Once you, God forbid, anything happens to you in the course of business, or you get hurt, or heaven forbid you pass on, you can't leave that job or that position that you work for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years to your kids and your lineage that
life
passed.
Be lifing, honey.
Right. So start building that foundation while you're working to try to figure out and identify where you will feel you will be of value in terms of the prospect of starting a business, and also certainly having a love and joy and a love and joy for what you do at the end of the day, because that's one part of the scenario that was always fed into me. I knew when I was coming up is make sure you find a profession, or you pick an occupation that you love and you enjoy doing. And thankfully, I ended up getting the second half, which I got by way of my mentorship, my elders that have educated me in the space of being a business person, is not just simply love and enjoy what you do in your profession or your business. Make sure it also pays you well, because there's no point in going into a situation where it's going to be the hardest thing you'll ever do as an entrepreneur. There are no days off in many cases, especially when you're starting off.
It's actually harder.
You're gonna do, you have to be tough. You got to be thick-skinned. I'm sorry, or you're waving. All right, you have to be thick-skinned, and you have to be open to criticism and certain critiques in certain points, so you can grow ultimately. Because most entrepreneurs, when they start off, you don't end up starting off with $1 million business. You're gonna go through trials and tribulations. You're gonna go through growing pains.
Yes.
Be prepared for a challenge that's going to be unlike any other. You could go to your job, and I've seen people do this. Go to their job. You're there on the job 5 days a week, and barely you could probably get maybe 2 days of productive work out of them at the end of the day. So, and you'll still get your paycheck in 2 weeks. That doesn't happen in the space of when you're starting a business and you want to build a legacy and have that foundation. Now, one of the biggest blessings I find, certainly I'll say for me, based on my experience now transitioning and being a full-time entrepreneur, is the flexibility and the opportunities more so that you have to spend more time with your family, because now you have more control of your time, which is a valuable commodity and asset that nobody can replace at the end of the day. And I know for me personally, based on my drive and my work ethic, and knowing that I'm responsible by way of my position as a husband and a father, I'm not going to go and look at my child's eye, any of my son's eyes one day, and tell them I can't feed them. So I know whatever I need to do, at the end of the day, they have all of the things that they need. That's what I'm going to do. That is my task, and that's my responsibility to them, because they didn't ask to be here at the end of the day. And in terms of really why, kind of continuing the conversation about why leave a legacy for them, because at some point I know that I would love for them, for their children, to not have to go through some of the struggles that I did, just like my mom did the same for me with what she acquired in life. She had to make plenty of sacrifices in order for me to be put in the position where I have a better start in the leg of the race. So that's where the construct of generational wealth is not just simply one formal generation. This is the series of life. Once you're born, you're set to expire. So do your part while you're here to make sure it's going to be in a better position. And that's my value system. Everybody's value system may be different,
right?
But that's me.
Right. Before we go to Tisha, I wanted to say you have to have a set mind, and you have to have your mindset. Okay. You have to have a positive mindset. If you're going to leave generational wealth, make sure you're getting the education. Not everybody wants to start a business. Not everybody wants to own a house. Not everybody wants to own a car. But then there are some people that are waiting for Uncle Johnny to die because he got that big old Cadillac and they're going to take it. Okay, so if he leaves that Cadillac to you, do you even have a license to drive it? Do you even know how to, you have to get prepared before that. Just like living in the projects. If you lived in the projects, I'm going to say for 20 years, you cannot pass that project apartment down when you leave. That is not generational wealth. And I want you guys to understand this. That is not generational wealth. Miss a payment on your rent and see they don't kick you out. So you got to understand the difference of living in the projects for 20 years. You can't pass that down. Just like he said about the job. You can't pass that job down. Once you dead and gone, I work in HR. Your job will be up on the net in 2 weeks. I guarantee you it has happened. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. So I'm going to go to Tisha. What are some things you think could help to start build generational wealth for people?
I think the most powerful thing that a person can do to start building generational wealth is invest in themselves first.
I like that.
Invest in yourself first. And if that's going to be, whether it is a business, a passion, a hobby, or whatever it is, whatever you are going into as far as a business or anything like that, you got to have self right first. So I used to say that when I first started that I was doing this for my kids. I used to always say that in my lives and all on my page, like, I'm breaking generational curses, which I did break generational curses, but I used to say all the time that I was doing this for my kids so that I would have something to pass down to my kids. But as I began to grow into this and as I began to grow my business, I realized that my kids are not going to want a boutique business. But however, the profits that you make off of your business can help your kids go into other areas of life that they are actually comfortable with. So it's actually, whether I had a car wash, a boutique, or whatever, it's not gonna be the actual business and what I do. It's the profits off of it that's gonna help my kids. But if you really, really want to be real about it, I lost my train of thought, but if you really, really want to be real about it, if you're going to start a business or whatever you do, like Oliver said, you have to enjoy this journey. And this journey has to be something that you are passionate about, because you don't want to say, well, I'm just going to get up and I'm going to start me a small business. I'm going to start me a small business because I know that's some money that I can give to my family or extra money that I can have. You got to be passionate about what you do, because you're going to have that passion on days when your business don't make no money. You're going to have passion on days when you don't get no likes and when you don't get no views and when people don't shop with you. Your passion is what it's going to keep you consistent. So, back to what you were saying on leaving stuff to your grandkids and stuff like that. A lot of times, like me, if you really want to know the truth, my granddaddy was a very well-off man. So when he passed away, it was thousands of dollars and thousands of dollars. But at the end of the day, to me, the relationship that we had, it was not a good relationship. That money didn't mean anything to me. To be honest with you, I didn't want the money. It's still laying up there. I don't want it because I don't want to live in that area. So I think I think now, we got the land, we got the property, but it ain't no ties to it. It's just land and property. I don't want it. I got my own house. I got my own land at this point. I mean, if we needed to sell it for the money, but we don't need it. So I'm just saying, when people saying, well, I'm gonna leave all that to my kids, I don't want it.
Exactly.
That person was not close in relationship. I don't want that. So we got to do things for us. At this point, like me building my boutique and stuff, I'm following my dreams.
Exactly.
But my kids profit off it because I got a daughter getting ready to go to college in 2 years. Now, if I make money in my boutique and on my job or whatever, it can help my daughter have an easier slide into transition out of the house. But to say, well, I'm just gonna build this and I'm gonna leave all of this to my kids, and that's the only reason I'm doing, I will be telling a lie.
That's right. Right.
I'm doing this because I love what I do. This was my dream. It wasn't my kids' dream.
That's right.
If you get caught up in that, I'm just gonna keep breaking generational curses, and that's where I was at first. Like, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna break generational curse. I'm gonna be the first to do this, the first to do that. But you gotta enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
I want Oliver to answer the question from Ray of Sunshine. Said, what are benefits of using trust?
All right. So a trust is in term, it's a legal document, it's a legal contract that you'll establish to ensure that once you pass on, that your assets are managed according to how you want them to be disseminated to the folks that are going to remain once you pass on in life. And I'm not an attorney, but I play one on TV. I have experience in the space of legal by way of just working in corporate America and understanding the value add of why you need to have your affairs in order well before you pass on. At the end of the day, we shouldn't be still in a day and age where we're looking at someone passing on, which we know it's an ultimate. We're all gonna meet that point at some in life, and we have to make sure your affairs are in order, your assets are secured, and if you do want your kids to have the benefit of a platform to be able to have that generational wealth and give certain rules and restrictions in place, parameters around how they responsible in acquiring it, then you need to secure a trust. A trust is also going to put you in a position where if it's just simply drafting and leaving a will, that's not sufficient for purposes of avoiding the probate process. Probate meaning going through the courts, the legal system, and having the courts ultimately and have some say into what is going to happen to your house or to that piece of land or your business and the things that or in your liquid cash, your bank accounts, your retirement accounts. You don't want to have, I don't want to have anybody have a say in what I've worked hard to acquire. So do it while you're competent, state of mind, by establishing a trust to allow that process to be clean and happening according to your wishes. And that's the only way you're going to do it. Just doing a will, you have to create a trust.
So before Oliver goes, I know we got 15 minutes. I did want to ask him two questions. One is, have you inherited wealth from anyone in your family? And if yes, what was your thought when it was first given to you? I already know Tisha said yes. And then I have a poll question, and I want Tisha and Oliver to answer this too. And it says, how many generations is considered old money? 2, 3, 4, or 5? Right now we have 19% at 2, 24% at 3, 33% at 4, and 24% at 5. So we'll answer that poll question after Oliver answers that. Have you ever inherited anything from a family member? And if you did, what was your thoughts when it was given to you?
Well, in my case, no, I haven't. What I'll say I inherit is a spirit of entrepreneurship that I didn't realize those seeds were being formed when I was a kid. I wasn't born here in the United States. I was born in the Caribbean. I was born on an island in Jamaica, and I grew up watching my mom, who was primarily a homemaker, and my father, at the point that he was still, intertwined with our lives, was a person that held, great jobs, had good positions, but more so to the point of growing up and being raised also in an environment in the country life by my grandmother, and watching my grandmother, who was an entrepreneur. She built a shop the fisherman industry, I guess you'll call it. It's big in the Caribbean. So my grandmother built a shop on the seaside or basically on the beach, if you call it that. And as the fishermen come in, she would have fish to sell to the public. She would also have goods and other items to sell, whether it's juices, chips, whatever the case may be. And I was raised in an environment watching that, not knowing the level of impact it was going to have on me as I grew. Because when I started my business at the age of 17, 18, I got trained by the IRS for purposes of doing taxes, and I decided I wanted to take this step of, making a little extra money during tax season. So I started with my mom, my brother, a couple of friends, and I didn't understand until I became an adult and later on in life how important the things that I saw as a child affected my ability to think as an adult. So that's why it's so important that we encourage our children to not necessarily walk in your footsteps, as Tisha said. Her children may not want to move into a boutique boutique industry. My kids may not want to be accountants, but I'm going to, at the end of the day, you see, that's the thing that's a little bit unique about what I do for a living. My profession is universal, and it involves and it covers the ability to help any business owner. So whether they like it or not, I've been teaching them the principles of what I do, because regardless of what they're doing, they're going to find some level of interest in what you do and maybe transition it. But whether they want to go into a boutique industry or not, they see their mother having a spirit of knowing how to run a business properly, how to provide. These are
Come on.
skills that are transferable no matter what you do in life. So they may not do exactly what it is that you do in terms of transitioning business onto them, but they're going to find some value in what you do and seeing the type of drive that you have. These little small things are big things when it comes to the mindset and really affecting change that are going to be here long after you're gone. So that's my take.
So before we answer the poll question, I am going to be very transparent with you guys. I was left some money for my children. After my husband died, his grandmother died, and she lived in Pennsylvania. And I don't know, I didn't even know she had money. Like, I didn't even realize it. But she left $5,000, and I have 4 children. And she specifically put it in her will. The attorney called me. I had to go sit at the table. And I'm like, why am I here? Like, I had no clue. I'm like, you know, because my husband had already died, I didn't even realize she was even going to consider me as still family. You know how people are. Come on, let's keep it real. I'm being honest. I said, I'm being transparent here. I thought she probably going to be like, oh, he dead. I don't need to leave them. No, nothing. La, la, la. Forget them. But she did. And I was grateful. But because I didn't know sugar from shit, let me be honest, I did not know. I was 23. I was young. I didn't know nothing. My husband had just died, and then she died about a year later. So I was like going into 24. She left $5,000 for 4 children to be split. I went to the bank. I asked them, you know, what should I do with this? It's not for me. It's for my kids. And they said, do a mutual fund. So I did that. But like I said, life be lifing, and life happened. And remember, I was a single parent, so to say, but I was a widow, and I had 4 children, and we had to eat today. We didn't have to wait 10 years to eat. So yeah, I dipped into it. I had to. I had no choice. I lived in the projects in Brooklyn. What am I going to do? I couldn't get Social Security because you have to wait until the death certificate is back. And if you from New York, you already know that takes a minute. So what are we supposed to do with 6 months? Not eat? No. So yeah, I dipped into it, used it here and there. But when it was completely ended, what I did was, once I got on track and I got my mindset and I moved and was getting money and was getting a good job, then I started taking that off and peeling it and little by little and replaced it. So now they have a little couple of dollars. But like I said, again, I really want to leave stuff for my grandchildren, not so much for my kids, because they're adults. They're already, you know, taking care of themselves, doing what they have to do. So again, it is important to get the knowledge and the education. It doesn't matter your age, because I wasn't taught when you get an inheritance to hold on to it and not go into it. I wasn't taught that. So I didn't know, but I kind of was okay with it because I needed to eat. You know, with 4 babies, what am I going to do? Not feed them? And I have this money sitting here. What would you do? You're going to dip into it. Come on, let's be honest. So that was my little inheritance story. So Oliver and Tisha, because I know Oliver has to go in a few. How many generations is considered old money? And I actually looked it up and did it. So what is your answer? 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Wow. I think that answer is probably very subjective, but I guess you could put it out into the universe and do a poll. If I had to guess, maybe 3. But I think it's very subjective because it varies on the circumstance.
Okay. And you? 4. So according to Google, it is 3. 3 generations is considered old money. And I was like, what? I didn't realize that. So as we know, the Rockefellers are super, super rich. If you're from New York or the East Coast, you will know that. Some people know that other places. So there was a question, and someone said, well, they had all this money. And what they did was they said, what would the Rockefellers do? And if you guys from New York, you know, the Rockefellers basically run New York. Like, that's old money. That's old money. So what do you think if someone is inherited or is left, let's say $500,000? Let's be honest. In a Black community, if you didn't have a lot growing up, we know the first thing they're going to do is buy a house. Granted, we know they're probably going to buy a car. Granted, they're probably going to take care of the family. What do you think their next steps should be? Let's say they have $300,000 left. What do you think they should do or start to do with that money?
All right. definitely incorporate some level of savings. Attribute work and you earn income. You gotta set aside dollars by way of paying, making sure you're meeting your tax obligations and paying Uncle Sam. Say have something accumulated for a rainy day at the end of the day, because in this day and age we've gone through an existence over the last number of years where we've seen recessions, we've seen global and catastrophic and things of that nature that I never thought I would envision these type of things happening in my lifetime, but these things will occur, and there'll be others to come at the end of the day. So don't be caught in a position where you're having to be reactive to a situation where you could be proactive, making sure that you have some savings put to the side. Start looking at some investment strategies. You mentioned acquiring a house. If it's going to be your primary home, obviously that's a sound investment. You're able to hopefully accumulate and build equity in the property, and then you can then take that equity within the property and in real estate and actually utilize it to be a benefit to grow a business or moving to acquiring
or two family.
There you go. So
get money out that side.
Exactly. So, pulling equity, having that equity by way of the asset that is real estate is a beautiful blessing that you can use to start a business or build your current business. So those are some of the main things, investing into the education of your children. We keep harping on the children because I think it's so important, a factor, and really, that should be a common goal for all of us as parents. So, putting aside some money enough, maybe a 529 savings plan or a college plan, or funds set aside to allocate for your kids to go to trade school and learn a trade, so they can then transition into whatever that they find joy in life, so they can earn a living and be independent. So those would be my thoughts on that.
Yep. So before I go to Tisha, I said budget. Definitely get a budget. People don't think that you still need a budget. I don't care how rich you are. You should still be on a budget, because that will control you and control your mind from spending frivolously. Okay. I said financial plan. Definitely get a financial planner to assist you and guide you. I would recommend that, because I wish I had that when I got that small inheritance. But at the time, it was a lot. Okay. I'm not going to lie. At the time, my mom was like, what? And also maybe set up an emergency fund. So I think an emergency fund is different from a savings. Okay. So in my mind, you should have both. An emergency fund is if the roof goes on the house, your car breaks down. A savings is something you're saving for in case you lose your job. You should have 3 to 6 months, now maybe a whole year, of savings that's separate from your emergency fund. So before Tisha answers, it says those skills are irrevocable. Education takes place in various ways. Right, Ray of Sunshine said that's true. You do need something you can still draw from. Yes. Hey, Nepturo, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you, Sissy. That's wonderful. She loved her grands with the inheritance. Yeah. So I'm gonna have Tisha answered, and then I'm gonna go back to Oliver because I know he has to leave at 1. I want to make sure I'm really respectful of his time. So I'm gonna have Tisha, and then I'm gonna come back, and then it'll be me and Tisha. Go ahead, sis.
Okay. What I would do, you said that person bought a house. They got I think they got $500,000, right? 500,000.
Yeah.
Okay, with $500,000, I would highly suggest before they spend any other money that they get a financial planner. First of all, everybody's life is different. Like you said, a lot of Black people would go out first. What if you already have a house? What if you already have cars? Like, if I got $500,000, I don't have to buy a house. I don't have to buy cars. I already have that. I wouldn't even buy a bigger house, to be honest, because as I grow older,
you need less.
I come all the money that I come into contact with, if I make $1, I make it always gonna be $2, because I follow a lot of billionaires, millionaires. The most powerful thing that you can do is invest your money. You gotta invest your money. You gotta invest your money either in stocks, shares, a small business. You gotta invest your money. You can invest your money in other small businesses. Make sure you're gonna get a percentage off of it, and you're gonna need a lawyer too if you have $500,000, because when you was talking about that person had inherited that house earlier, as you know, I just bought some land a couple months ago. So I was kind of in the same deal, but I had a choice whether I was gonna get a lawyer or I was just gonna ride with the price that the realtor told me, and the owner said that she wanted for the land. But my businessman was like, no, you need to get a lawyer. You need to make sure that ain't no money, no liens, no holes, and all this shit is on his land before these people.
Yes.
Getting a lawyer. We went to the lawyer, did a lot of research on the land, and then he told me, Tisha, it is a few fine lines and stuff that we need to iron out, but you can buy the land. So I think you need expertise. And I think a lot of times people, I'm not just harping on black people, but we get a whole bunch of money, and first thing we think, well, damn, I ain't never had this much money.
Exactly.
Dude, look,
exactly.
I'm finna do everything I ever dreamed about. I'm about
exactly instead of saving it. Invest. Right. Yes.
But if you buy, you can go and buy you a nice house. That's good. You can, because if you go through a real estate company, you're gonna have to pretty much get a lawyer anyway. You're gonna get a lawyer. And so then when you said go buy a car, I don't agree with going buy a car. I said invest in things. So if you $500,000, think about this. You put $100,000 into the stock, into some good stocks. You put another $50,000 into an emergency savings plan, savings you don't never touch. $50,000 locked. And so it's gonna gain interest. So you done over there. You take the rest of the money, you live a little, and you put the rest into, you invest not only in yourself in a small business, you invest in up 2 more small businesses. So as those businesses grow, you always make money.
Have money.
If you buy a house, you don't never fail. You can sell the house, you can make money off the house, you can draw equity off the house, but that damn car, it's gonna get you to the
it's gonna value as a minute.
But if you buy some cars, buy your car lot. You got $500,000. Buy your car lot. So that's how I think now. I recently come into some money.
Hold on a minute, Tisha. Hold on a minute before you tell that story. So I'm gonna let Oliver say his greetings because I know he has to leave. He has to travel. I'm gonna put us down. I'm gonna let him say that, and then I want him also to think about this. So there's a guy, I did a story on it. He had won like $30,000. He brought a gold chain for 20. Why he go to the gas station and he got robbed and he ain't had no more money. I swear to you, he hit the lottery and that's what he did. Foolish, just foolish. But I'm gonna put me and Tisha down. Oliver, I'm gonna let you close out, say your greetings, and then I'm gonna come back and then me and Tisha are gonna finish up. Hold on.
All right, no problem. All right, folks. So as you know, sorry I have to depart from the conversation at this point, but I will be traveling as Verne mentioned. But understanding that creating multiple streams of income, by way of your business and independent practices that are going to be foundational pieces for you to really acquire and made the prospect of generational wealth be a reality for your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids. It's something that I feel should be of very high importance to all of us. I know it is for me. I understand that too much is given, much is required. So while I've been put in a position where I've worked hard and had the blessings of being able to gain a lot of knowledge and experience in different sectors of accounting and finance, working in corporate America at a high level, I can now impart that, take all of that hard work and all of the labor that I had to go through and understand that I'm an extension of my mom and my lineage that precedes me. I'm not going to fail at the task that I'm going to have and the responsibility I have to make sure that my kids and my grandkids and the others that follow me are going to be in a much greater position. That should really be the course of life in everybody's household and their family. So whether you decide, the generational path of building that wealth for you is investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, building a business, some of the things that I didn't get to really deep dive into by way of utilizing insurance, the focus of insurance in order to, secure financing and, financing that could then incorporate and build into your business and helping them grow, but certainly investing in your children's education. That starts at home with you, not the educational systems that are, i.e. the school system. The seeds that you're laying within these growing minds are going to help benefit them, because no matter how much you provide to them by way of capital, property, liquid cash that you leave for them, if they don't know how to manage it at the end of the day, it'll be squandered in no time flat. So just make sure that you're very much knowledgeable, teaching yourself about and your children about personal finance. And if that's not an area of focus for you, or you don't have a background in that industry, seek out the proper professionals that are qualified and the ones that are going to work in your best interest to help you get to that stage in a quicker fashion. There's no excuse at the end of the day in this day and age for us to have so much access to information at a high level, and much of it is free. And understanding that, you know, live below your means is something that I always preach and echo to folks as well.
Right.
So if you come into a significant amount of cash, set up that trust, get that estate formed, but understand how to utilize it, because if you live below your means, you could be prepared for any situation that comes about. Just in most cases, and you can then really understand the blessing that is going to be provided to you, because you get to enjoy it as well. You best believe I'm definitely enjoying the fruits of my hard work and my labor, but I'm living for today, but I'm also not of the understanding that God will inspire life, that I'm going to live another 40 plus years. And I have to be prepared for the things that I'm going to encounter for myself, my wife, and my children. So be responsible with the time that you have and the resources and information that you have at your fingertips. It's going to be a blessing for those that follow you. And when you work and operate, even outside of your family, with a given spirit and a clean heart, you'll see the financial blessings come abundantly in your life, regardless of what your denomination, as far as religion and things that you subscribe to. There is one all power, almighty being, and we all serve it in some capacity. Do things in accordance with what your principles are, and you'll be blessed financially. That's really the key thing. If anyone wants to connect with me, you can feel free to do so by way of social media platforms. Instagram. My Instagram handle is OBrownbtf. That's OBrownbtf, as in Brown Tax Financial. I also have a Facebook page. Certainly also recommend that you connect with me by way of the South Florida Black Chamber of Commerce. There is a Facebook Commerce, and it doesn't matter where you actually physically reside or where your business is operating. The information and the resources that are extended through the organization are going to be applicable to you regardless of where you are. So we encourage you to attend. We have 2 virtual events each month, 1 in-person event each month. Connect with me on Instagram and or Facebook so I can share the information and the details for those meeting sessions. And if anyone wants to contact me for professional accounting services, again, the name of my business is Brown Tax Preparation and Financial Services, LLC. And you could reach me at area code 772-873-7600. Or you could check, and you could also check out my company website, which is www.btfllc.com. And so you can schedule a consultation. So, Verne, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, my brother. Listen, Oliver, you know, I love you. You are the best. I appreciate you. If you guys want to reach out, all his information is in the description box. Thank you for your time. Tell wifey and the kids I say, hey, from Brooklyn, big up, big up.
Yeah, peace and love. Have a blessed day.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to bring Tisha back up, guys. Hold on one moment, Tisha. I want to say thank you to all that are here in the chat. My moderators, you rock. My members, thank you. If I did not welcome you in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I think I did stop here. Charlene Hill is in the building. Welcome in, sissy. Big Daddy Beer Gaming. Hey, bro, what up? We got Ben Stinker. Thank you for being here, Ben Stinker. Rita, oh my gosh. People. You need to reach out to Rita. Like, seriously. She's also with the Black Chamber of Commerce, South Florida Black Chamber of Commerce. If you guys want to reach out to her directly through here, or either hit me up on IG and I will give you her information. Yo, you want to reach out to her and Oliver. Like, seriously. Tristan Natural. Hey, sis. Thank you for being here. We got Natural Laricia. Hey, that's my sister right there. Welcome in. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. We got Lux Magical Journey. Hey, twin. What's up? Thank you for being here. Rita says, yes, financial planner, attorney, and an accountant who knows tax code. Listen, check out Rita, check out Oliver, and also join the South Florida Black Chamber of Commerce. You can get there through me, through Rita, or through Oliver. I will give you guys the information. Ray said, and don't spend too fast and too flashy. It alert people. You got listen. The guy won like 40,000 or 30 or 40,000, and the necklace was like 20 or 30,000, and he literally went to the gas station and somebody snatched it off his neck, and he's sitting there like this. I did a video on my second channel. Go check it out. Also, guys, please answer the poll question. We already said the answer, but still keep on answering it. Well, I was just about to say what Verne said about the robbing and stealing. Yes, he got, yeah. Go check out my second channel. It's on there. Hey, yo, Ty. Hello, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for being here. If this is your first time, please put an exclamation point in the chat with the word welcome, and you will get a greeting from me and Alejandro. Ray of Sunshine said, yes, Oliver does take to heart. Too much is given, much is required. He did not have to give his time and knowledge here for us freely. Yes, I totally, that's my brother. And also Tisha, this is my sister. Like, we need to get this information out to people that are unaware or people that don't know. I wish I had something like this when I was going through it. I may still have, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars till today. But if you know better, you do better. Once you get the information, you have to do the work and put it into play. Okay. Ray of Sunshine said, yes, seek help that is both knowledge and best interest in mind. Exactly. Ray of Sunshine said, oh, yes, enjoy and prepare. Want my money to go to who I want to, not to strangers that don't have my. That's why you need to have that will in your right mind. Set up. Yes, please share out. Thank you, Lewis. How you doing, Lewis Fuller? Rita is on it. Lee, love it. Thanks for yes. Verne, this is Yoko. Oh, thank you, Yoko. Hey, sissy. If you like to come up, Yoko, you can, because we know you're a business owner also, and we can talk about that if you know anything about it. Hey, Edna, how are you? Again, guys, thank you for being here. Please share it out. Connect with me on social media and also connect with my guests. So I'm going to have Tisha pick up from where she left off. If she remembers, we were talking about the, just about the money and things that you should do when you're getting a will and when you're getting it. So I'm going to let her go from here. We're going to have the conversation going. Again, thank you all for being here. So yeah, it says, listen, it's very important. What do you want to say about that?
Not much longer because I got to finish my Sunday. I had a whole list of things to do today, but I just wanted to say, like, if it doesn't really have to be up to $500,000, but $500,000 is a lot of money. A lot of people do not know how to financially plan $500,000. Like I seen in the comments a while ago, somebody was saying, don't be rushing out to do anything. Mm-hmm. I would actually sit on the money for a while and actually make sure that I'm making the right decisions about anything. Because a lot of times when we feel like we got $10,000 or $11,000, we feel like, well, I can just go buy it cash. But people don't think, because they feel like, well, I got a lot of money at this time, I can just do this. But sometimes we need expertise over us so that we don't regret the decisions that we made at that time. But I think investing, if you want to invest, investing is not hard. You don't really need a lot of, if you're going to invest on a small level, I would say use the Cash App, where you can buy the stocks or get partial shares on the Cash App. You can just buy them out with your debit card. It's really, really easy to do that. Everybody know about cryptocurrency, which is Coinbase.
I have Stash
currency for about $5, $10, stuff like that. Just slowly overbuild. And I think a lot of Black people think, well, you gotta be making a whole bunch of money. You gotta have a bunch of money to do that. No, you start small.
Yeah. I started my stash with $25 a month, and then I switched it to a week. You're not gonna miss $25. You probably spend that on something else. Like she said, take the little bits and it adds up.
Yeah. So do all of that. I think, to me, and everybody's opinion is different. I think everybody do need a savings account, but it's too many people got $10,000, $11,000, and $13,000 in savings accounts, and they don't have their money. Just sits in a savings account.
That's right.
If you got,
and you get that much interest,
probably $1,100 the next year, so it doesn't grow interest fast enough. It's just like money that sits. But if you put your money into like stocks and shares and stuff like that, like if you buy right now, if you got $3,000, you can buy an Amazon. You can buy a share into Amazon. And that's on Cash App. Everybody across, almost everybody got Cash App. Go to the stocks. You can start buying stock. You own half of that company. That's another way to invest your money. A lot of people don't want to be business owners. Yeah. But when that Amazon share go up next week to 5%, you have earned $100. So I bought some cryptocurrency about a year ago, and it was like a penny. If that, it was a penny. So I had like an extra $200 in my account. So I went and bought about $200 of it. I put all of it in there. So within the 72 hours, that cryptocurrency went up to like, oh my God, I don't remember, but I made $400 off of that 200. So you just never know. So what else did I do?
So I wanted to say about you can buy art. Art appreciates. You can buy art, and that'll help you with generational wealth. Because if you have a beautiful picture and it's worth something, you can pass it down. And a bank account. This is super important. You guys have to remember, if you have, let's go for again $500,000. You don't just dump that whole $500,000 in one bank. You have to split that up into several banks, also in stocks and bonds. You know why? The bank only federally insures $250,000. Yeah. So if you have $500,000, they're only insuring you $250,000. So what happens to the other $250,000? You lose it. So break it up into separate banks. Why do you think celebrities have Swiss bank accounts? It's not just because they're trying to hide money. It's because their money is not insured. So you can have like 5 different banks, but you still need, if you have a lot of money like that, have a Swiss bank account. You need to break these things up. This is why you need to get education. Good.
You don't never put all your eggs in one basket. Like me,
right.
I got a personal bank. I got a personal bank where I pay all my personal bills. Then I have a business bank account where I pay all my business stuff out of. And then I got a digital bank. I got the Allied banking app on my phone. And that's my play money. That's my travel money. When I get ready to travel, and I get ready to play Christmas time, holidays, if I want to go buy me something to go shopping, I use my digital money on my digital app. And it has a debit card that's attached to it too. So I just transferred from my personal over there. But you got to split your money up. So you got to split your money up. And so I think about this. One time we went out of town and one of our debit cards did not work. So you get out of town and you only got one bank and one debit card. Debit card don't work. You need to have debit cards. You need to have some more money somewhere. And not just credit cards. And that's another way you can build you some credit, is to get you some credit cards. A lot of people don't agree with that, but another way that you can build your credit is get you a credit card. You can get a Capital One credit card and just pay it off, keep paying it off every month. You can build your credit score up. It's not hard.
Let me read what Rita said. Rita said, here's a great start. When budgeting. Yes, budgeting. There's nothing wrong with that. 55% to necessities, 5% give, 10% financial freedom account, 10% play, 10% long-term savings, and 10% education. Listen, and if you need to switch those out, do what works for you. Right. And thank you for that, Rita. That is amazing. Definitely, I think people need to be aware of money. And again, of course, you want to pay your bills down. Of course, everybody wants to pay their bills down. Of course, everybody wants to have an 800 credit score. But you really don't need an 800 credit score to still get what you want. You can still get a good rate at 750. So whatever you have, just make sure that you are working toward another goal. You're working to get better. You're working to learn, because learning and knowing is the key. Because you may not know how to start a boutique, but you can go to Jay and say, hey, what was your experience on building a boutique? And we did an interview on that, but she may be able to tell you. She may say, look, I did this. You need the capital. You need to get this. You need to have your personal credit in order. You can still get business credit. You might not only get 500, but you pay that on time. They will increase it in like 6 months to 1,000. Then they'll increase it to 5,000, 6,000, 10,000. So you have to do the work. And I think that's what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to do the actual work that is going to take them to be successful.
A lot of people think that they're going to just start making a lot of people that's around me. They think that they're going to create a small business and they're going to start making a whole bunch of money really quick. And what they with that money, they're gonna then work on their credit score. And then they say, well, when I start making a whole bunch of money, I'm gonna pay all that down and then I'm gonna have this. But it's kind of like backwards, because I can only speak for my experience when I was building my business. When I started my business in 2019, I had $10,000 in my savings account. So I took this first $10,000 that I had and I dumped it into my business when I was opening the boutique. Okay, that was gone in a matter of 14 days, because I had bought all the stuff inside the boutique, the racks, the cash wrap, the register, and all that stuff. Okay, $10,000 is blown in. Now you gotta have your inventory. So I had did all that, and then but it was hard. So I said I need some business credit, but I couldn't. Let me tell you what I did. I had a Chase credit card with a very high limit. I think I had $13,000 limit on that summer gun. I had a big limit. And so, I mean, I made good money as a travel nurse. That $13,000, that ain't no money. And so I just run the motherfucker up. I just get what I want. And I just kept doing it. So what I did, the pandemic came through and I was not able to pay back a $13,000 credit card the way that I wanted to as fast. So guess what happened? My credit score plummeted. So, and then I had my business and I kept on trying to get a business credit card. I tried to get a business credit card through Capital One. And every time I started to try to get another credit account through PayPal, they give you small business loan. It kept being declined. So I called and I was like, what's going on? They said your credit score. You got this big old Chase balance. It's not paid. So what I did, I went to work 60 hours a week in the pandemic. I paid down my Chase card. When I paid down my Chase card in 30 days, my score went back to like 700 and something. And so then I went back to Capital One. It's called Spark Business. And I applied for a Spark Business account. And they gave me $500 to start with. And so I got a Days Beauty credit card with my name and my business on. So I used that card to get all my inventory. And so ever since then, when I had that big high balance on that Chase, and I think I told you about it, I done had some sense since then.
That's right.
It crazy no more. And so the second big thing that I really, really wanted to do, I had my business bank account at a credit union for a long time. I still got that account. But I wanted me a Wells Fargo business bank account. And either Wells Fargo or a Citizens. These banks that's everywhere.
Yeah.
So when I first went to Wells Fargo, it was they are real tedious about the name. So I had one name LLC, and then I had one name with the state because I was in the process of changing my name on my business. They went to a business bank account. And then another thing you had to have $1,000 to deposit. You got to have all your business paperwork. And so it took me about 6 months to get my name right and everything. But I finally got the $1,000 in my business to open up my bank account. But everything is a process.
Come on, say that part again. Process. So
process. If you have a small business, I would recommend to get you a business credit card. And in order to do that, if you got like years ago I had a lot of medical debts on my personal stuff that was driving my credit down. I went to the debt collectors and we reconciled. I paid all that off. So it's a lot of times, a lot of stuff on our credit report we can fix easily, but we just got to start really, really looking into it. But you cannot get business credit if you got messed up. It's gonna be hard. I'm talking about trade lines and stuff like that. So right now, I'm up to 6 trade lines on my business. So I don't have to buy inventory. I don't buy inventory. When I first started, I was buying inventory like as I sell, or I was taking money out of my person to do it. I don't have to do that no more. So I have credit accounts now through vendors. And,
if you want to, Tisha, you can tell them about the story about the bank when you went to go get the land. That was awesome. That's very inspirational because especially in this time, there are people that may be doubting and thinking that they'll never have nothing in life. You know, we got those people in our life. I ain't never gonna have. I can never do. You can. If you have, again, your mindset, you have your mind made up and you are determined and you do the work. You have a prayer life and faith. Anything is possible. Nothing is impossible. Nothing.
Well,
listen.
I'll tell them, Verne. I'm gonna make it short. What did we on?
Okay.
Okay. So in December, I think I always said it was a week before December, before Christmas of last year. I decided to write down everything that I wanted to happen in my life in 2020. 22 journeys. Shit, I be forgetting. So I decided everything that I wanted to have in my life in 2022. I wrote down everything. I wrote down everything that I said, damn, I ain't gonna never have enough money to do all that. I wrote it down anyway. And so when I wrote it down, when me and Verne was talking about this, we was talking about manifest that. I decided to do an action plan. So the things that I wanted, I could not afford. Not on the money that I was like, because I was working here at home part-time, still make good money to take care of my family. I've been doing that for years, but I didn't make enough money to get a lot of the things on that goal. So I said, in order to do this, I got to triple my income by 2. So that means I had to take a travel assignment. So I got my travel assignment and I was making good money on my travel assignment. And so I said, one of the things on there was buy some land. I still got more land to go. I said I want 7 acres. But the first thing I said I want to do, I want to buy some land. So February, on January the 22nd, because 2/2 was those powerful dates for me. On January 22nd, I went into the bank. It was the same bank that had bought my house for me 15 years ago, or helped me buy my house. They ain't buy it for me. I went in there and it was a girl at the counter and she was like, oh, can I help you? Can I help you? And I said, I want to buy some land. And I said, I'm gonna what did I say? I said, I'm gonna buy some land and I'm gonna get y'all to help me buy some land. That's what I said. So she looked at me, she said, do you even have an account here? And she said, what's your name? And I told her, I said, my name is Tisha Benjamin. And she told me that was the first step. The first step was deciding that I was going to do it no matter what. So I walked into the bank. So a lot of us got to get the brave enough to even walk into the bank. So when I walked into the bank, she said, what land do you want? I had already been looking at the land. And I looked at the land in 2020 and I said, I never be able to afford that. It's commercial land, number one. And I ain't got that kind of money. Because I'm trying to build a business. I ain't got that kind of money. So I told her what it was. And so she told me, she gave me like a whole stack of stuff that I had to bring back and this and that. But anyway, I went through that bank took me through a whole month drawn out of shit. They had to verify my income. They kept going. The underwriter was hell. I don't care who he was, but he was coming back. They needed me to verify so much. But make a long story short, I closed on the land on February the 26th, this year. I closed on that land and I bought commercial property. When I closed on the land, they want to know what you're going to do with the land. I told them I was going to build a boutique on it. And I went through the process of getting my plans for my boutique. And I went through everything, building a relationship with everything. But I decided to hold off on it. And I'm glad I did. So it's a long story, but I ain't gonna get into that. But we got the marijuana industry that's really, really coming into this area right now. And so I'm glad that I decided to hold off, because what I'm deciding to do with that land, I'm still gonna build my boutique, but I'm going to get into something else with this land. So that's why I gotta continue to buy additional land. But yeah, so I set it into stone. I was gonna do it and I did it. But a lot of things into existence. Right. A lot of things that we can't have on our current income. Either you can do content and you can try to make extra money online, or you can get an extra job. But it's just how bad you want it.
That's right.
You got to see how bad you want it. And so
everything is possible.
Everything is possible. But yeah, it's going to be.
So Charlene Hill said she likes your earrings and your headband. And Ray of Sunshine, I just sent you a message in the chat. Please read it. Please read it. It's at the bottom. Read it, and I can help you out with that. But yeah, it's like, listen, you can achieve this, whether someone's leaving you the money or you want to leave it to someone, but it's all about your determination and your tenacity.
Right.
And how bad you want it. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. Do you think that Jay-Z and Beyonce grew with money when they were born? No, they worked hard at. That's the only difference between them and us, is that they were more focused, they were more determined, and they went after it. Right. Because a lot of us have great ideas, and then you die, and you take your idea with you to your grave. You are alive, and you are amongst the living. Do something about it. Live your life.
But another thing too, you can have money, but you don't have the right connections.
That's right.
So a lot of people got $100,000. They can build them a store on the ground. But if you don't have the right connections, it's not. You gotta have business connections. And see, that's a lot of things. Like what I have experienced with a lot of us, we think we can do everything on our own. But I can just Google it and I can do that on my own. Ain't no way I would have never got that land or got to the places that I am right now without business connections. Like I have, at this point, I have a banker, I have a lawyer. I was forced to get an accountant because the guy that I've been using for years, he was helping me out of my business, but he wasn't really helping me the way that I like looking at my profit margins and all that. I sold my shit. But I sold my inventory in my store for years and I was breaking myself. I kept wondering why I can't make no money. But I got a new accountant on board. I've been on board with her for like 4 months. But moving forth, you have to have business connections. And you cannot, like I said yesterday on that live, you cannot be the smartest apple in the bunch. You need to be in the midst of people. Right. You need to be in the midst of people that you can turn around and say, how did you do that? And how did you get that monetized? And what time? Right. And who did you use for your market strategy? Like what I did. And you got to be around people that's not with an envious or a competitive spirit. That's really genuinely
that part. Say that again.
Yeah, you got to be around people that's not have a jealous or envious or competitive spirit, and they really genuine want to help you. You know why they're gonna be genuine with it? Because they already got it. So they're not trying to compete with you because they've already mastered that step in life.
That's right.
So like we have to have mentors. Because my accountant, I had a meeting about 2 weeks ago, and she was going over my numbers and looked at it, and she said, Tisha. She said, and I said, well, I think I'm doing a good job to go from making $80 a weekend to thousands of dollars a month. I think I was doing good. And she said, but Tisha, she said, look at this. She said, you bought this for $10 and you selling it for $15. And then they start showing me on there where you got all your expenses of your business. She said, now you're in the negatives. So that you didn't sell your product high enough to make a profit. So, and that's another thing. I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave. But that's another thing we do. We feel like we should lower our prices to make the customers happy. We giving, and you can't keep giving. You keep giving, you're going to be an empty cup. You can't grow if you don't have no profit. And so it's all about what type of business and where you trying to go. But you gotta have profits. So
So before she goes, I want her to tell us a little bit about her, how you guys can find her. I'm gonna be on for another 30 minutes because we're gonna raid Brown Girl Bella at 2:00. So don't go anywhere, y'all. But I'm gonna drop down just for a few minutes. I'm gonna come back, read the chat. But tell them a little bit more, whatever you want them to know about you, Tisha, how they can reach out to you and about your boutique. I'm gonna drop down.
Okay. All right, it was a good conversation. So I'm Tisha, as y'all can see, the owner of Jay's Beauty. Y'all go ahead and follow me on my Instagram It is at JS Beauty Boutique. You can just type that in, or you can type in JS Beauty and more in the hashtags. All of our posts will come up. Our website is www.jsbeautyandmore.com. We currently have a sale going on. So if you spend at least $40 in your cart, you're going to automatically get 25% off. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for supporting us as small business owners. And that's all I got to say. Thank you for having me.
So her link is in the description box, y'all. If you guys have any questions and want to reach out to her, support her business, it is in the description box. So if you like to come up and say something, you are more than welcome. But I'm going to be talking for a few more minutes just to give you guys some insight about what's going on with the channel, how you can reach out, and how you can support. So first, tomorrow, I am going to be interviewing Preston of LegacyFirst.org. He is a business coach. He is an entrepreneur. He has great connections. He does a business hot seat. So if you're a business owner, you want to be here tomorrow at 7 p.m. It's going to be a fantastic interview. Also, if you guys are looking for connections, please reach out to me, Oliver, or Rita Pender, and you can reach us through you can reach me and Oliver through Instagram. Rita, if you want to drop your information, you can. But guess what, y'all? They are on the South Florida Black Chamber of Commerce. Great connections. If you are a business owner or a content creator, or you are just thinking about starting a business, you want to be there. They meet the first and the third Wednesday of every month, and they also have one in-person event that you can go to. They said that you do not necessarily have to be located in the Florida area to come on. So let me tell you, great connections. So you want to do that. All right. So there are going to be several interviews throughout the month of August. I'm going to try to put that thumbnail up either tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow sometime, or Tuesday. So I want you to do that. If you're interested in purchasing merch from me, you can click my link in the description box, or you can click the link on my banner here on YouTube, or you can go to my link tree on Instagram. It will be on sale August 2nd, which is Tuesday, through the August 7th, 20% off. So go get your positive tees. You will feel amazing. I actually might show you guys what it looks like. If you want to see it, I will show it to you on the screen. We just have a lot going on. I want to thank you guys for actually being here and supporting me. Some of you may have known I have changed my name from Verne's Junk Closet to Elevate with Verne. Listen, rebranding, growth, elevation, goals. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need to mature and you need to graduate. And me changing my name is a graduation for me. I am glad that I did it. I have met some awesome people. And I tell y'all, stay connected to me, the Booski Compound, and Team Booski. Because when I tell you God is blessing, he is blessing. Ever since I changed my name on July 1st, I've been getting an awesome blessing every day, literally every day. Yesterday, I got blessed. Today, I got blessed. I got blessed 2 days before that. And it's not always monetary, but it's the point of people going out their way to say, hey, you're doing a good job, and I appreciate you. And I'm so thankful for that. So also, follow me, guys, on all other social medias. You can reach me on Pinterest. Now, I know I'm still working out, but my goal is to have 10 streams of income and to get monetized on as many social media sites as I can. So as of now, I'm monetized on YouTube. I'm monetized on Facebook. I'm monetized on TikTok. I am monetized on Instagram, but I don't know. I'm doing something wrong where I can't get my money out, but I'll figure that out. And you can also be monetized on Pinterest and Twitter. I am not monetized on Twitter, and I just started on Pinterest. But don't worry, your girl gonna get there. I just got on TikTok in January 13th, and I'm already monetized. So if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm going to read the chat. I'm going to drop the link for Brown Girl Bella. She will be on at 2 p.m. Or if I can get a moderator, do I have any moderators here? Let me see. If I have a moderator, I'm going to drop Brown Girl Bella's channel. She comes on at 2 p.m. I'm going to be on until I see her go live. But if you have questions, let me know. If you want to come up and there's something important that you want to say on the topic that we spoke on, let me know. I'll drop the link. All the information is valuable, okay? So let me know and I will drop the link. Hold on, let me get this. I'm going to drop this in the chat in a moment. I'm going to drop this in the chat right now. So Brown Girl Bella comes on at 2 p.m. So we still got a few minutes. I am going to play the songs that you guys can see. That you can see some of the merch, but I will also bring it up on the screen. Give me a moment. Tisha and Oliver's information is in the description box. Love how Tisha has multiple streams. She has a very good career that helped funnel her other streams. Yes. Oh, thank you, Yoko. Thank you. I can help you, Yoko, if you want to start a YouTube channel. Oh, my goodness. Shy Sorrell. Thank you. Woo! Thank you for the super sticker. I also have to give you something. Hold on, Shy. And I have to give Nikki because Nikki became a member. So hold on. Let me give Shy hers first since she gave me a super sticker. Hold on. Thank you for that love gift. And hold on, this is for Nikki. She became a member when it first came on. Let me give her her love. Hold on. Woo! Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. So guys, what that is a super chat and a super sticker. It's showing love to the host. Excuse me. So if you like to do a super chat or super sticker, you can hitting that $ right down below in the comments. And that supports the channel to help us keep merchandise and to keep on going, to keep the lights on and all that other good stuff. The studio, buying t-shirts and all of that. When the live is over, if you like to, you can also give a super thanks. And it's the $ right up under the video. Again, there's several ways to support the channel. You can give a love gift from the PayPal that is linked or in the description through the Stream Element bot. And what that does is you can buy a cup of coffee. You can buy me lunch on the PayPal. You can also become a member. If you become a member, you have 4 amazing levels to choose from. And each level, as you go up, you get all of the previous levels. So you also get in a private group chat on Instagram where we talk about everything. We do prayer. We love you. You can drop your video. We just talk about everything, give you education, information. So if you're interested, become a Booski baby, #Team Booski. Click that membership blue join button right down below. Rita says, love the new name. Thank you, Rita. Woo! Thank you. Ray of Sunshine said, love it. The name change. As we grow, we should evolve. A measure of we're going in the right direction. I agree. I remember when I did my first video on YouTube, live. All I said was, I'm live. I'm live. Come on over, y'all. I'm live. I'm live. And now look. So it is definitely an evolving ladder. And I am so excited and I'm loving this journey. Again, I have met great people of all walks of life that are so intelligent, that has so many different talents. You guys don't understand how talented we are. We have cake makers. We have people that make bath bombs. We have people that have boutiques. We have accountants. We have attorneys. We have doctors. We have a whole gamut. We have people that do digital marketing. We have people that do graphic artists. We have songwriters. We have people that are actors. We have so many people connected here. We have people that are in different parts of the world. Australia, Nigeria, China, Japan, Jamaica, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. We have so many connections. And that's what it's about. The Booski compound, baby, we are doing it. They are going to say our names Everyone here is going to be so financially independent. I'm telling you, I see it. Stick here, stay around, and you too will be blessed. Let me finish reading the comments. We have, oh wait, you can get monetized on Twitter. Yes, you can. 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 Thank you, Nedrow. That is my moderator, my sister. Thank you so much. Yes, we have business owners and everything here. So yes, true, Rita. I believe in bartering for services. We all have skills that can benefit each other as God made. Exactly, Ray. Exactly. Hey, Embry. Oh my goodness, Embry. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know if this is the wife or the husband, but I love you guys. If you like to, you don't have to, but if you have a few minutes and you like to come up, you are more than welcome. We were talking about generational wealth, and I know that you are a Christian like I am. How do you feel about generational wealth? I do believe abundance is our birthright. It is our birthright, but we do have to do the work. We have to have the faith and the knowing that God wants to see and give us the desires of our heart. He will supply all of our needs. You got to understand that. You want to be a business owner, do it. What are you waiting for? No time is the right time. No time is the right time. But you are alive and living. Do it. You can't do it when you're dead. You might as well do it when you're alive. Come on, somebody. Ray of Sunshine said, hey, Shy and Embry, got to run, Verne. I'll check rest of replay. Hugs, great live today. I will email you. I don't do Cash App or Instagram. Okay, no problem, Ray. No problem. Thank you. Hey, Uniquely Lavish. Let me tell you, that's my sissy. Let me tell you about her. Uniquely Lavish is in our women's group that we have, and we do women's health. It is Uniquely Lavish, Sharon Gehring, Lametrius of Me and I, myself, and Kayla of Kayla Mar. And we talk about women issues. We do it once a month. Right now we're on the third month. There's 5 of us. We did it already twice. So now we have 3 more coming. And let me tell you, there may be some things that you don't know. So come on over and check out these amazing ladies. They are all amazing in their own right. This is what I'm talking about. Sharon Gehring calls me the Kingdom Connector. She said, Verne, you're always connecting somebody with somebody. And it's not me. I'm thankful for the name, but it is all God. I give him all the glory. But I'm thankful that I'm able to do that. I know a lot of people, and I don't take that for granted. I appreciate you guys for stopping over, for being here, for coming to the lives, coming to the videos. Y'all don't understand. It's not easy being a content creator. And some of us, our family and friends don't support us, but strangers have been known to do so much for me, and I am so appreciative. Some of those strangers have turned into friends. Some of those strangers have turned into family. Yes, God is good. So everything you do, put God first. Aspiring business owner in the building. Yes, Bree. Yes, Bree. It's Janetta. Hey, Janetta. Yeah, listen. Embry family is part of my prayer group. It's myself, Sharon, Embry, and Eat2Live. Oh, and Pastor Kim. And we pray for you people. We'll drop your name in the chat. We do a collective prayer. I'm going to talk about God, because God has brought me a mighty long way. A mighty long way. If you knew what I've been through, you would wonder, why am I still here smiling when I should be somewhere in a corner crying or out my mind? But God. But God. Okay. Embry family. Yes, but God. Embry, if you can, let me know. We got another 15 minutes before Bella goes live, or anyone that would like to come up and say something, you are more than welcome. Again, check out the merch. I'm going to play the merch song. Don't you guys go nowhere. Hold on. Let me play it right fast. One moment.
Elevate, elevate, elevate with Verne. Heighten, rise, voice, promote, upgrade. Elevate, lift, transcend, uplift, jump, elevate, raise, glorify, pedestal, honor, elevate.
We gon' elevate and motivate, inspire to be great. Yesterday is yesterday. Today is a new day. So if each one can teach one, we can all make a way. Elevate, elevate, elevate and learn. Elevate, elevate, elevate with Verne.
Yes, baby. Woo! Yes, we're going to talk about God regardless. Now, let me just tell you guys this. Thank you, Embry. Thank you. Y'all see that song? I reached out to my boy. His name is Samuel Steady Rock. If you guys need music or for your intro, reach out to him. I'll give you his info. I reached out to him and I said, hey, I'm changing my name July 1st. I said, I need a beat. I said, I wanted to go something like this. Elevate, elevate, elevate with Verne. He saw my vision. We went back and forth like 1 or 2 times. He's like, Verne, I got you. This is connections. And look what I got. Slim Jim, Longfoot, Verne, I got your banner. My banner is fire. Big Daddy Beer Gaming and Vita, Life Magical Journey. They did a lot of my logos. They helped me out. This is what I'm talking about. The connections you make. Appreciate them. Be thankful for them. I would have never met these people if I wasn't on YouTube. I mean, who knows? We didn't meet by happenstance. We met because we're all on social media, even though we're not in person, but we've met. We are family. We talk on the phone. It's a connection. Thank you again, Shy. I really appreciate you for the super chat, sis. Thanks. Hey, let's talk truth. I was wondering about that intro. I love it. Yes, thank you so much. My boy, Samuel Steady Rock, who is a music artist, guys. He is verified. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him on Instagram. His name is Samuel Steady Rock. I have interviewed him twice. He is amazing. Yes, divine connections. Yes, Embry. Yes. Embry, you didn't tell me if you were able to come up or if you was busy, unless I missed it. I will drop the link. But listen, sometimes God put people in your life. He'll put the right people in your life. Let me tell you about Oliver. We have been connected. It's just that I didn't have the availability to go to any of his lives. When I tell you I prayed and I said, Lord, please remove the people out of my life that are not going in the same direction as me. Remove the people that want to pull me down. Remove the people that don't want to elevate. Listen. And when I tell you that was on a Monday, by that Wednesday, Oliver had reached out to me again. And he was like, come on this panel. And I was like, okay. And I went. And we've been connected ever since. Now, we knew each other before. I know I was get his name wrong. Caden or Kadeen. I think it's Caden. I know Caden too. I interviewed both of them. And now we have a better connection. Like, that's my brother. And he's from Brooklyn. Don't play. Don't play. But it's the connection. And when I opened up his email on the bottom, I said, Lord, put people in my life that are business-minded, that wants to spread the education and give people the knowledge. The people that want to be business-minded. I want people that are like-minded. When I tell you, when Oliver reached out to me again, because I tell you we've been connected, and he sent me his business card, on the bottom said, business and educational. South Florida Black Chamber of Commerce. Let me tell you about another connection. Some of you may know I was adopted at birth and my mom died giving birth. I usually have a picture here sitting down there. Let me get it. Right? I usually have it sitting here. And I don't know any of my birth family. One of the reasons why I started YouTube. But guess where her birth home is? Tampa, Florida. Y'all don't understand. God give you the right people at the right time. God will put the people that you need in your direct path. Let me take that back. in my direct path, God does it for me. I don't know about you, but my God is a big God. My God is a good God. My God supplies my needs. My God provides for me. My God is faithful. Hello. My God is faithful. He loved me when I didn't love myself. He's my friend when I don't want to be my friend. Come on, somebody. You got to understand. He's in everything. He is everywhere. I like your upgrade. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I always love your energy, man. Thank you, Truth. You know I love you, bro. That's my brother right there. Yes. You told me about your adoption. I love your story. Thank you. Thank you. I'm cleaning and look a mess at TJ. Only come up here and he's at work at the moment. That's okay, Janetta. Thank you for being here. I just love what you do, what you stand for, you and TJ. I actually want to interview you guys. Hint, hint. So be on the lookout for that. If you have not been interviewed, I don't know, but I want to interview you. So put that in TJ ear. Rita said, wow. Yeah, she died giving birth to me. I have 6 brothers and sisters that I do not know. I did not know I was adopted until I was 21, married and out the house. And at that time, I didn't believe it and I didn't look for my family. I started looking for my family about 8 years ago. I did a DNA from Ancestry. And how that came about is my daughter was in the military. And one day she said, I sent you something in the mail. And I'm like, what did she send? And she's like, Ma, you need to find your family. Because you're always talking about it. And she sent the DNA. If it wasn't for her sending it, I probably never would have did it. And I did it. It takes about 2 weeks. That was the most nervous 2 weeks that I've ever been through. And I found a cousin. I have one person in this world that looks like me and has the same bloodline as me. One person. So I'm thankful. I love my cousin. You can't tell me nothing. She's more like my sister than my cousin. I have one cousin. I always tell her, I love you, cousin. I love you, cousin. One person that has my bloodline. And then you wonder why I'm up here laughing and happy. Baby, but God. But God. And then me and I, a few weeks ago, if you guys haven't seen the video, y'all need to go watch it. They did something amazing for me. Why? Because this is a small world. And they happen to know my cousin in real life in Georgia where they live. Can you believe that? They actually went to dinner, been to each other's houses. They know each other. Mind blowing. I never knew that. Right here on YouTube. So last week, a couple of weeks ago, they surprised me. And we're going on a cruise next year. I'm not going to cry. I'm sorry. I'm a big old crybaby, y'all. I'm not going to cry. And they surprised me. And I thought they were just giving me a t-shirt because I did a live stream with them about YouTube. And they was like, no, it wasn't a t-shirt. So my cousin lives in Georgia, but she is in California now visiting family. So I was like, what are they doing? So they was like, oh, we're bringing up your cousin on the panel. So I was like, oh my God, thank you. I'm so surprised. You know, I got to talk to her. But that wasn't the surprise. The surprise was the cruise that we're going on next year. They told her she's coming and she's going to be my roommate. I've never met her in person. Tell me God ain't good. Y'all can't tell me. God will make strangers. God will make strangers do good for you when family and friends won't. Y'all can't tell me that ain't a good God. Look at God. Look at God. What they did for me, I can't repay them people, but I got to do something for them. They're like, no, you don't, Verne. Yes, I do. Y'all don't understand. I'm not going to cry because y'all go back there and watch that video. I cried on that video, but what they did was phenomenal. They didn't have to do that. I haven't met my cousin in person yet. We've been on video chat. We've talked for hours on the phone, but we haven't hugged and been because of the pandemic and everything. We were supposed to meet last year, but y'all know how that was. So now, and she didn't even tell me. I said, you didn't tell me. She said it wouldn't have been a surprise. So I'm ecstatic. Next year, we're going on a cruise. So we're saving up. It's only like $700, but we're saving up. I don't care if I have to give them $50 every week. I'm going to be on that cruise and meet my only bloodline family member. One in this world. One. Yo, you can't tell me God ain't good, honey. God is amazing. She said, True said, you making me cry. You mean a lot to me. And you are an inspiration to my life. Thank you. Oh, Truth. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Verne. Hey, twin. You are the legacy. Come on, Chantel. That's Chantel. Look, don't make me cry, y'all. Don't make me cry. Y'all gonna make me cry about eyelashes. Look, I'm trying to be cute. Mind blowing. Yes, I'm crying. Let me cry for you to say already. Listen, God is amazing. Taste and see how sweet he is. And you wonder why I laugh and smile? I know God brought me a mighty long way. Some of y'all may know and some of y'all may not know. I lost my first husband at the age of 23 in Brooklyn, New York. I had 4 babies. My youngest baby was 8 months old when he passed. She just turned 32 on the 1st of this month of July. And you wonder why I smile, but God. I could have gave them children up for adoption and be like, I don't want to be bothered. I ain't got no husband now. But I didn't. I pat myself in the back, pulled myself up by my bootstraps, got in the word of God, and he has brought me this way, this mighty, 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 mighty long way. Listen, God is good all the time. Yes, he is. Thank you, Chantel. Yes, I won't ever forget your story. Thank you. True. Thank you. George is pretty and historic. Gorgeous. Yeah, I haven't been yet. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. So if I can get a mod to drop the link for Brown Girl Bella one more time, we're going to raid her at 2 p.m. We got 4 minutes. Hopefully she'll be live in a few minutes. Hopefully, you know what? I could do it again. I just dropped it. Hold on. Let me drop it again. We are going to raid Brown Girl Bella. So what a raid is we go over there and say Verne's raid. Say a raid from Verne or something like that, and she'll know what it is. So she comes on at 2 p.m. So I'm gonna wait until I see her notification, and then we're gonna go over there. Again, guys, tomorrow, I need y'all to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. or 7:30. I don't know. Look at the thumbnail that'll be out in a few minutes. Tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing Preston of LegacyFirst.org. He is a business connector. He's a business mogul. Yo, you want to be here tomorrow? I'm so excited to be interviewing him. I'm so glad he said yes. So that's tomorrow right here on YouTube. And it is going to be phenomenal. So make sure you are here. Our squad leader, Verne. Thank you. Just that time, sissy. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate that. You rock. I appreciate that. Let me go back here. Yes. So again, follow me on social media. If you like to become a member, please do click that blue join button right down below. If you like to do a super thanks or a super sticker or super chat, you can do that also. Another way is to purchase the merch. The merch is on sale starting on Tuesday, 20% off your entire order. So wait until Tuesday to purchase, but go look at the site, guys. Go on the site now. Go on the site. Check it out. My Spreadshirt shop, Elevate with Verne. Go check it out. We got some new merch up there. Again, if you want merch designs, it's Big Daddy Beard Gaming right here on YouTube. If you want a banner, it is Slim Jim Longfoot. And if you want music, it is Samuel Steady Rock. Those are my brothers, the kings of Elevate with Verne. Listen, they rock. They are amazing. I'm so excited that they have reached out to me and helped me with all the things. So anybody have questions before we go, let me know. If you like, please go back and rewatch this live and learn about generational wealth. We gave out some great information in here. Vernell said he will not bring you this far to leave you. He would not make a way if he didn't care. He wouldn't. I know that's right, Vernell. Oh, Nope. He sure wouldn't, baby girl. He sure wouldn't. I know that's right. I know what kind of God I serve, honey. And he is always on time. He is an on-time God. He is an on-time God. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Brown girl Bella. She's not live yet. She's not live yet. Again, keep an eye out for the agenda for August. It'll be up sometime this week, telling you all the interviews that we have coming on. Follow me, guys, on TikTok, Instagram. On Instagram, I do a live every Monday through Friday in the morning at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's called Devotion and Donuts. We do a devotional call. We have fun. We pray. We laugh. We cry. Yes, I cried. And then we go to Dunkin' Donuts, baby, and get our coffee and donuts. So listen, make sure you are checking it out. And on Mondays, I normally do a live on TikTok. It's Monday Money Matters. I will not be on tomorrow because I will be here tomorrow night doing the interview with Preston. So keep an eye out for that. Follow me on Facebook under Elevate with Verne. That is my business page. I am going to ask you guys to like it because with your business page, that is how you get recognition. So make sure you're liking it on Facebook under the business page. I'm seeing if she's live yet. Nope, she's not live yet. I'm going to give her another minute, guys, and then we're going to come over there. We're going to go over there. We're going to raid her. You say Verne raid in the chat. And she will know who it is. She'll know. So let her know we are raiding her. So, hi friends, happy Sunday, Ghost Pinky's Kitchen. How are you? I gotta go to your channel and watch your videos. Thank you for stopping in. We are getting ready to get out of here in about another 3 minutes. But I do thank you for stopping over. I will go and watch some of your videos on your channel. I'm looking at it right now. I just don't watch it while I'm on live, but I will be watching it. Thank you so much. I am fasting with God for 11 days since Tuesday. Oh, that is awesome. Yes. Awesome, Chantal. Yes, honey, fasting will give you a spiritual connection, more of an opening to God. I do agree with that. I agree with that. You know, sometimes we need clarity. We need answers. We need to hear from God in a certain way. So yes, definitely doing a fast gives you a more spiritual connection. And I think it is not only clarity, but what's the word I'm looking for? He gives you discernment in certain areas of your life. So if that's what you need, do a fast. Do whatever you need that is going to help you to get closer to God. Okay. So again, sorry to say I had to kill it. That's okay, Natural. I get it. Kill it, baby. Kill it. But yes, with that said, I do want to again thank you guys so much for being here. Please check out Tisha and Oliver. Their links are in the description of this live. Check them out. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Well, not Oliver, but Tisha's on YouTube. But you can find them on those 3 platforms. If you are not subscribed to me, Verne, your YouTube cheerleader, your diva of dialogue, make sure you're hitting that red subscribe button and turning it gray, baby. I love you guys. Go on over to Bella. She should be live in a moment. Go over there and say Verne raid. I appreciate you guys. Remember that today is a good day to have a great day. Never stop dreaming. And remember to go out there and be kind to someone else. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. That is the golden rule of life. I love you guys. She's coming live now. You guys have an amazing day. Go out there and spread love and spread light. Woo! Thank you all for being here. I'm going to play the song and we're going to be out of here, baby.
Elevate, elevate, elevate. with Verne. Heighten, rise, hoist, promote, upgrade, elevate, lift, transcend, uplift, jump, elevate, raise, glorify, pedestal, honor, elevate.
We gon' elevate and motivate, inspire to be great. Yesterday is yesterday, today is a new day. So if each one can teach one, we can all make a way. Elevate, elevate, elevate and learn. Elevate, elevate, elevate with Verne.
Love and light, everybody. Bye. Going over to Bella. Say Verne Ray. Go on over to Bella. Go on over to Bella. Yes, elevate, elevate. I love y'all. Bye. Come on back tomorrow.